We break it down, we build it right. From the logs to the lows, from the shell to the highs. This ain't just code, this is how I survive. Late nights, lit screen, glow in my eyes. Reading traces in the silence, truth never lies. Package don't front, I just follow the trail. Encrypted emotions, I decode what you veil. I ain't just hacking, I'm healing with lines. Stacking up scripts like I'm stacking my dimes. All I see is the code, but they see a crime. Leaving digital footprints in the sands of time. Got that Cali booted hard, rooted in pain. But I'm firewalled up, let it drip in the rain. I've been feeling so fresh lately. It's fresh forensics, baby. Yeah, you know the name, don't play me. It's a fresh forensics way of life. We break it down, we build it right. From the lows to the lows, from the shell to the highs. This ain't just code, this is how I survive. I've been feeling so fresh lately. It's fresh forensics, baby. Yeah, you know the name, don't play me. It's a fresh forensics way of life. We break it down, we build it right. From the lows to the lows, from the shell to the highs. This ain't just code, this is how I survive. Now I'm out the streets, and in them computers, screaming Cali Linux, fresh forensics is the future. From the trap to the terminal, still moving units. Scripts run clean, got the mind of a mutant. No match, just a VPN close. Turn stress into stacks, I refuse to be broke. Used to hustle for a bag, now I'm parsing the logs. From the alley to the cloud, I beat the odds. They don't see the shift, but I'm changing the game. From a black hoodie heart to a white hat name. Every bite's a confession, every dump's a clue. Ain't no cap in the shell, just the raw code truth. I ain't just typing, I'm typing through pain. Every ping, every port, it rewires my brain. From cold nights and cold chains to terminal shells. Linux over everything, fresh forensics, no more prisons and cells. I've been feeling so fresh lately. It's fresh forensics, baby. Yeah, you know the name, don't play me. It's a fresh forensics way of life. We break it down, we build it right. From the lows to the lows, from the shell to the high. This ain't just code, this is how I survive. I've been feeling so fresh lately.
Yes, sir. It is that time once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's fresh forensics, baby. It's fresh forensics, baby.
From the lows to the lows, from the shell to the high. This ain't just code, this is how I survive.
What's up, everyone? You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are alive, and we're going live. Let's go. I got a very interesting live stream for you guys. This is impromptu yet again. I said I was going to schedule this. I didn't schedule it. I've had so much stuff going on today, but this is a good one. This is a gem right here. This is content that is going to be hard for you to find on YouTube, and I'm about to bring it to you right now. This is going to be good. It's going to be very good. So as you can see, if you read the title, we are about to create a virtual Android phone. Yes, I said that correctly. We are going to create a virtual Android phone. Super cool. We're going to do it all on Linux. Okay, and I'm going to be using Ubuntu Linux. You can use whatever flavor of Linux that you choose to use, but I would suggest that you use Ubuntu Linux. That's going to be the easiest way, as you will find out very, very shortly, the reasoning behind that. But we're going to literally create a virtual Android device. This is what is so freaking cool about Linux and about Android, is that you do not even need to purchase a physical phone in order to get into this incredible field of mobile or forensics or OSINT, Android app hacking, etc., and so forth, right? Android reverse engineering, whatever it is that you're interested in, or hey, you're just looking to hang out and have fun, that's cool too. What is so cool about this is that even if you, for some strange reason, don't have an Android phone lying around, that's okay, because I'm going to show you how to create one. You're going to create a virtual Android phone, and you can choose whatever phone that you want to create. You can literally say, hey, I want to create a Pixel 11, a Pixel 11A, Pixel A11, whatever. You can do that. You have that ability to do that. It's awesome. And we can still connect to it over ADB. We can still install apps onto the virtual device. You can essentially use it almost in every way that you would use a real phone. For all intents and purposes, it looks and feels just like a real phone. You might not be able to make a phone call with it, right? But you can do pretty much everything else, right? So this is going to be very cool. I'm actually pretty excited to get into this, guys. So we got people that are jumping in. I'm glad that you guys can make it. As always, if you for some reason do not know who the hell I am and you just fell upon this live stream, my name is Doug, aka Fresh. I'm a certified Linux system and server administrator. I am passionate about all things Linux. Let's just be honest, I'm obsessed with all things Linux. I have an addiction to Linux, and it is very obvious. I need to get help. I need to go seek help for this addiction, guys. This is serious. It's getting out of hand. I can't stop making content on Linux. What's up, Zuzu? What's up, D Corbin 5799? Glad you could be here. Glad you guys could be here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm using Ubuntu Linux. If you're curious to know the specific version of Ubuntu that I am using, you can cat out the contents of the /os-release file. And some people might get on me about that because I pronounce it Etsy. You can also say ETC, whatever, man. I'm using Ubuntu version 26.04 LTS, codename Resolute for Resolute Raccoon. The beautiful thing about Ubuntu is that we have these things called snap packages. In fact, I believe that I can even do a what is on snap. Yes, snap is a tool used to interact with snaps. Go figure, right? Imagine that. And this comes pre-installed on Ubuntu Linux. Now, if you're not using Ubuntu, there are Manifest 024. What's up, Manifest 024? Hello, people. So if you're not using Ubuntu, you might have to slightly alter your command, okay? But there's several different ways that you can do this. I'll point you in the right direction. The easiest way, in my opinion, is to just use snap, which comes pre-installed on Ubuntu. So if you're not using Ubuntu, you might have to slightly alter your commands, okay? But that's okay. I'll guide you in the right direction, okay? So since I am using Ubuntu and I'm using snap, I can run snap and hit tab because I'm using the incredible fish shell. I have tab auto completion and auto suggestions and colorization and all that good stuff. This is why I use the fish shell. It's incredible. You can see that by hitting tab, it shows me all of the snap commands. On the left, we have the snap command, and on the right, we have a brief description of that command. So we're going to be using snap, and I could just run snap install, but instead I'll be even more thorough than I already am. And you can run snap search. We're going to search for this thing. You may have heard of it. It's pretty big. It's a big deal. It's called Android Studio. It's typically used by developers of Android applications. It's kind of a big deal, and it's awesome. It's very cool. So I'm going to run snap search Android-Studio, and there we go. We do in fact have some hits. So we have Android-Studio, and then we have Android-Studio-Canary. We're not interested in that. We're interested in Android-Studio. This is an IDE for Android. IDE meaning Integrated Development Environment. This is typically used for, amongst other things, to develop Android applications, but it can be used for so much more than that. And we're talking about Android wearables, phones, TVs, all sorts of different things, right? Because Android is bigger than just a phone. This is going to be good, man. This is going to be good. I'm actually very, very excited about this. I was going to save this for tomorrow because I know that the turnout is going to be bigger tomorrow because it's Friday. But I just can't stay away. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta keep creating it. I gotta keep doing this. This is what I thrive off of. Okay, so I'm gonna be using Snap. All right. First and foremost, probably be a good idea just to do an update. So I'm gonna run sudo apt update. I'm gonna do an update. While I'm waiting for that, open up a web browser. All right. We're going to run the following command. We're going to run sudo, sorry, not apt. Wow, bad habit, bad instinct. Not apt. We are going to run the command sudo snap install Android-Studio, and I'm going to add on to that -- classic. And the reason why is if I just attempt to run it like this, you're going to see that we get back this error message. Okay, so in order to do this, we are going to have to run the command with -- classic, and I am completely comfortable with that. Okay, so this is the command if you're using Ubuntu or if you're using something with Snap. This is the easiest way to do this. Trust me, this is the easiest way to do this. Sudo snap install Android-Studio -- classic. Okay, and I'm going to hit enter, and it is going to begin the process of installing Android Studio via Snap. While I'm waiting for that, for those of you that are not doing the install this way, there are other ways that you can do this. So if you're not using Ubuntu, or if you just are not comfortable using Snap, there are other ways you can go about this. You can also potentially use apt if you're using a Debian-based system. But if all else fails, you can just head over to the home page for Android, where Android Studio is located. This is at developer.android.com. You can head over to this webpage. Once again, developer.android.com. And you can actually just download Android Studio from the main page here. That is another way that you can do that. Okay, and follow the instructions depending on what system you are on. So if all else fails, just download Android Studio from developer.android.com. Follow the appropriate instructions. But I installed it using Snap. Now, watch this, man. This is going to be so cool. You guys are going to love this. So now I should be able to run which on Android-Studio, and there we go. We have the path location, snap bin Android Studio. I can also run snap list. That'll list out all of my snap packages. And where are we at? Right here at the top, Android Studio, the classic version. Awesome. Very cool. All right, so now that I have that installed, you're not going to see this, but off the screen over on my other monitor, I'm going to show apps, and I'm looking for the app that I have for Android Studio now that has been created. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to open it up. It's going to open up this GUI interface, and this is what it looks like right here. Now, actually, let me back up a minute because This is going to look different for you guys because this will be your first time doing this. So let me back up 1 second. I've already done this. What's up, Philip? Philip G. Collier. Laugh out loud, thinking of all the people who went through the trouble to remove snaps from Ubuntu. I know, right? Listen, I used to hate Ubuntu. I'm not going to lie to you. I used to hate Ubuntu and the fact that every tutorial and every video and everything I used as a resource to learn more about Linux, I hated it. Everything was always like Ubuntu and these snap packages. I really did. I hated it at first. I did. I despised it. And it just grew on me over time. It grew on me. And now I love Ubuntu. I really do. I think it's amazing. It is my day-to-day. All right, so I'm going to back up a minute because there's still some stuff left on my system I have residual files and stuff that are left on here from me doing this on my own. I want you to see how this works from the beginning. Therefore, I need to remove some stuff. So let me back up here. I'm actually going to run sudo snap remove Android-Studio, and I'm also going to remove my previous projects. Is there a purge with snap or no? No, there's not. Okay. All right. Now let's do this again. I'm going to run sudo snap install Android Studio with -- classic. Sorry about that. I got to make sure that I walk you through this the way that it would be for you if this were your first time doing this. And I hope that there's nothing still left on here from before. So let me just double check here and make sure that we have, I have phones on here from before. Okay, it looks like they are gone. All right, hopefully they are gone. All right, cool. All right, so there we go. So we installed it. Once again, now I'm going to search for the icon for Android Studio, open it up. And here we go. All right, so this is the GUI for Android Studio right here. This is your first time doing this. It may look slightly different. Okay, I can't guarantee that. All right, doing the best I can. I might still have some residual stuff left on here. Can't guarantee that, but it might be slightly different. If it is, just follow the instructions and finish the install. But we have the GUI for Android Studio. Welcome to Android Studio. See, we got people coming in. The number is slowly going up, man. I'm glad you guys could be here. I appreciate your support as always, man. Drop a hello in the chat. If you're not running Ubuntu Linux and you need a little bit of guidance as to how to get Android Studio up and running, drop something in the chat and I'll guide you in the right direction. Check your repositories, whatever package manager you're using for your system, guys. Fresh Forensics, we are live, guys. The number is going up. More and more people are coming in, and I'm glad because this is awesome. If you're missing this, you're missing some fire right here. This is some good stuff. So Android emulation, man. 70% of all phones are running Android. We're talking about billions of devices. Everybody's got at least one phone. Understanding this, it's a pretty big deal. This opens the door for you to do some super interesting things, knowing how to virtualize this process. So welcome to Android Studio. So we're going to create a new project. I'm going to click create a new project, and I'm going to click empty activity. Notice over on the left that we are creating a phone, but we can also do all sorts of other things, interesting stuff. Wear OS, television, car. I mean, you can do some pretty interesting things with Android Studio. You can create some interesting things. But we're creating a phone. Click Empty Activity and click Next. Okay. And for those of you that still are going through the install process, just finish up with that, catch up, making sure that I do a little bit of talking to slow things down. All right, so you're going to have to create a application. You're going to give this application a name. You can literally call it what you want. Okay, we are not actually concerned with the application. We kind of have to go through this process to get to where we want to go, but we're actually not concerned with the actual application whatsoever. Okay, it's just a door that we have to walk through. So I'm just going to choose to call my application fresh underscore forensics. It does not matter. Okay. And once you do that, you're going to click finish. And it is about to begin a process that will take a few minutes, depending on the resources of your system. It may take even longer. So just let this sit for a while. Some of you are probably still going through the initial install process that I didn't have to go through because residual files. But what you want to pay attention to when you get to this screen, we could care less about this application that it just created. We do not care about that. Don't screw with it. Don't mess with it. Just leave it open, okay? Leave it open. What we're interested in is what is going on down here in the lower right. Behind the scenes, there's a bunch of stuff that is taking place. It is installing various files, and we do want for it to complete that process. Everything that it's downloading right now, we want to wait until it completes that process. So we are going to have to just stall. We have to stall things out for a couple minutes, twiddle our thumbs. So you can actually see that there is a bar, a blue bar down there at the bottom, a progress bar, and we're going to wait. We're going to wait until all of that has finished. For you guys, it's probably going to take a little bit longer because this is your first time. I know that I still have some residual files left on here, even though I tried to delete them all. So we have somebody asking a question, and Senior Rude Desk is saying, why use Ubuntu and not Kali Linux? Because the dependencies or the kernel, you're new to Linux. Well, you can use whatever distro that you want. I'm not saying don't use Kali. In fact, I've done this process on Kali Linux too. You know, and in all honesty, the reason why you're not seeing me do it is because I'm streaming. That's why. Because I have to take other things into consideration. That I'm streaming. I'm using streaming software, and I'm using other things that that I have to take into consideration. That process is easier for me to do on Ubuntu and not Kali Linux. But if I were like you at home and I were doing this, I probably would be doing this on Kali Linux, because Kali Linux is going to already have a bunch of tools ready to go for, you know, the nature of what we're going to use this for in the future, for hacking, reverse engineering, OSINT, etc. So I probably would use Kali. And I'll go one step further. Kali is Debian based. I would actually install Snap on Kali. I've actually shown how to do that in the past. Super easy process, but I would install Snap on Kali and still use the Snap install. That's what I would do, honestly. All right, so some of you are probably still going through the install process. So just, you know, you have to catch up to us. All right, so this is where it gets really interesting, guys. So make sure that you wait until everything is completed. So you don't see any progress bar down here in the lower right. Everything is good. You definitely want to make sure that it downloads, installs everything before you proceed to the next step. And here we go. Okay, I get it. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Ask the questions, man. There's no stupid question unless maybe, you ask me something about Windows, then I might say that's ridiculous. But I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you guys to see. All right, there we go. That's good. Okay, so the next step in this process so we're going to navigate to the main developer panel. Now, if you look up here in the upper left, there's like this, for lack of a better word, it kind of looks like a hamburger menu, hamburger panel. I'm going to click on that. It's going to make available all of these different options, okay? And we are looking for, tools. So navigate over to tools and then click on device manager. And when you do that, you're going to see this thing over here on the right hand side that opens up. It is the device manager. That is what we are after, is the device manager. Now, I already have some previous phones here, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete those so that you see how this works. I'm going to start over again. I tried to delete all the residual data, and yet there's still stuff here. Okay, so open up your device manager over here in the right-hand side. And there's one additional thing that is worth doing. And this is like just, this might not make sense to you, but let's see. Let's see if I can remember. Let me see if I can remember where this is at. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm looking for a particular setting. Just give me 1 second. Well, you know what? I cannot remember where that setting is at. I'll come back to that. All right. So over here in the right-hand side, device manager, we are going to click on the plus sign that is used to add a new device. I'm going to click on that. Jamie says, Douglas, I've been thinking, and you should name your new friend Legend. Yeah, you know what? I like that. That's his new name, Legend. I like that. That's a good name. It's not derogatory. It's uplifting. That's a good name. All right. There is one setting that it's going to bug me if I don't figure this out, and I can't quite remember where it is at. Let me just double check one more thing. And inside of tools, ooh, that's going to bother me if I don't find that. Ooh, that's going to bother me. And I don't remember where it's at. All right, I'm going to have to skip that. Okay, in any event, we're going to click on the plus icon, and we are going to create a virtual device. This is where it gets interesting, guys. This is where it gets interesting. We're going to create a virtual device, and you get the pick. Glad to see you back on here, man. Rich Becker. What's up, Rich Becker? Hey, Rich Becker, do I know you, man? I used to know a Rich Becker. Are you from Ohio, Rich Becker? Because I used to know a Rich Becker. Where you from, bro? In any event, this is where it gets interesting. You literally get to pick. If this is your opportunity right here, guys. If you don't have enough money to afford like the newest Pixel or a Pixel 10 or 11 or whatever they're on now, guys, now's your chance. You get a free Pixel right now. I should have named live stream how to get a free Pixel, and I probably would have got a lot more views. Maybe I'll do that over again. So we're gonna literally choose a device, man. And Fresh, is there any way to zoom in or make the font bigger? Not on this part of it. No, unfortunately not. But we're not going to be on this part for much longer. All right, so once you click add a device, you're brought to this menu, and we have like all the way down from a Pixel 4 all the way up to like a Pixel 10a that we can choose from. But here's the thing, you don't necessarily just want to pick any device. I'm going to walk you through two different examples, and I'm going to explain the differences between the two. I'm going to create two separate devices, and I'm going to show you why I'm doing that. So the first one that I'm going to create is going to be, I'm going to choose to create a Pixel 7a. Okay. No, you know what? Let's do a Pixel 9. Let's do a Pixel 9. I'm going to do a Pixel 9. No, Pixel 9a. Pixel 9a. All right. I'm choosing a Pixel 9a. I'm going to click next. Okay. It brings you to this screen. You can rename it if you want. Sometimes that's good to do. Like you could rename it to OSINT if that phone is going to be used for OSINT. You know, that'll easily separate one phone from the next, especially if you're using multiple phones. But I'm just going to keep it default. Everything is default. I'm not changing anything. Everything is default. I'm making this super easy. Just click finish, okay? And that's it. It's that quick. This is not complicated. I made this extremely easy for you guys, but this is extremely powerful. So now, very hard for you to see. I know, I get it. Sorry about that. If there is a way to increase the font, I don't know. I don't know. And maybe I'll look into that for next time. But over here in the upper right for Device Manager, we created a phone. I created a Pixel 9a. So over towards the right, there's 3 dots. And when I click on those, I have an option called Cold Boot. I'm going to choose Cold Boot. And it is now about to start up this phone. It's essentially booting this phone. It's Cold Boot as it insinuates. And here it is right here. So if you've never seen this before, it's pretty freaking cool, man. It's pretty cool. We literally have created a virtual Android phone, and we did it in like, you know, a matter of minutes. I actually made the process way longer than it normally is just to talk. Hey, can I use Linux? Hell yeah, you can use Linux, bro. In your phone? Hell yeah, bro. What's up, LXGT? Thank you for being here. We're letting this phone boot up. So for now, I'm actually going to minimize the Android Studio screen. Just going to minimize that and let that appear on the screen. So if you've never seen this before, come on, guys. This is cool, man. If you get something like this, Android Studio is not responding, just click wait, okay? And you can see it's literally doing a cold boot. I'm getting Android Studio is not responding. Just going to click wait. That's all right. Just going to take it easy. I am trying to do a lot at once. I'm recording, I'm streaming. And there we go. We have a virtual phone. We have a virtual phone. Come on. Tell me that is not cool. So just like any phone, right? You know, we can now begin the process of setting this phone up from scratch. You can literally go through the whole process just as we would with a real phone. We can start to customize it, change the default back screen. You know, we can install additional apps. We can install additional repositories like F-Droid. Like you can do all of that stuff. It's crazy, right? The only thing that's challenging is like you don't have a physical phone to swipe with your finger, so you have to use your mouse. It can be a little challenging, you know. They have also provided you with some buttons, some shortcuts and stuff over here on the right. But this is our virtual phone. Now, if I scroll up, I'm using my wheel, and you can see that we have a bunch of all your pre-installed Google apps, and we can do it pretty much almost anything you would do with a real phone. Very cool. Now, watch this. Watch this. It gets better. Oh, it gets so much better. So there's this other thing. It's a big deal as well. It's called ADB. And if you don't have that installed, it's a good time to install it. So I'm going to run the command sudo apt install ADB. And I can run which on ADB, and there we go. So check this out, right? We have a virtual phone. We've installed ADB. Watch what happens if I run. Watch what happens when I run ADB devices. We literally have an Android device showing up. It's an emulator. We are emulating an Android device. We have virtualized an Android phone. And it even shows up with ADB. So you know what that means? We can connect to it. We can connect to our virtual phone from our Android, from our Linux system, from the command line using ADB. So I can actually run ADB shell, and I have now shelled into my virtual phone. I'm inside of my virtual phone. And if we run the wonderful uname command, guess what we get back? Linux, man. You don't see Windows, it says Linux, because that phone is running Linux. Because come to find out, pretty much every phone on the planet is actually running a modified Linux kernel. So I'm inside of this phone. All your Linux commands apply. I know I've said this a couple times, just bringing the point home. So I'm listing out the hierarchy of the directory that I'm in. I can run pwd, run the date command, who am I am shell, etc. and so forth. I can even run the top command, all inside of this virtual phone. Absolutely incredible. We can run Logcat, and we can start looking at logs running on this virtual phone. I prefer personally to run my commands from Linux and send them to the phone over ADB. So I'm going to exit from the phone, go back to my Linux machine, and I could do something like run ADB shell, Logcat, add on -- format equals color. And we have colorized logs using Logcat on a virtual phone. What's up, Rich Beck? Oh, you said that's cool, man. You're going to have to watch the live from the start. Jumped on a bit late. That's okay, man. To be honest with you guys, I know that a lot more people are going to be watching over the course of this weekend. And I plan on going deep, man. I'm going deep into this stuff. I'm going to start off tomorrow night a little bit earlier, and I'm going for hours. I'll probably repeat this part of it, so you can always catch up with us tomorrow too. But we're going deep, man. I'm doing an Android marathon. I'm telling you, we're about to go deep. All right, so this is cool, right? If you want to take this a step further, there is this package that you can install from apt. It is called a Pccat, and this is an update to the Logcat color script created by Jeff Sharkey. This is super cool. To install that, you just run sudo apt install Pccat. And this is like taking your Logcat to the next level. So instead of running ADB shell Logcat like I did with -- format equals color, which is cool, you get the colorization, but we can do so much better. We can run Pidcat now, and look what we get now. Now we're really getting somewhere useful. So we have this very unique structure now to the logs, and this will help you if you guys are doing anything with like Android app development or bug bounty, or anything that you're doing with Android. This could be incredibly useful, right? So I'm just showing you guys that. It's pretty cool. In any event, it gets better. It gets better. We're only getting started. It gets a lot better. It gets a lot better. So we have this. I'm going to do a Control-C. We have this virtual phone, and all of the commands, they still apply, all of like the ADB commands we've done in previous videos. So if you ever were curious to know how many apps are installed on a default Google Pixel virtual Android phone, I want to know. I'm curious. So I'm going to run ADB shell PM list packages. This is every package installed on this virtual phone. I'm going to rerun it. I'm going to pipe that into word count with a -L. That gives us our total running count each line. And we have approximately 258 apps installed on this virtual Android phone. Pretty interesting. So if you have any script, I've actually created several. I'm going to show you one of those in a minute. If you have any script that you would normally run on an Android device, you can run that script on our virtual Android phone. Watch this. Watch this. How cool is this? I'll give you an example. So let's take a look at that phone, right? We can do pretty much anything you would do on a real phone, except probably make phone calls. You probably could actually even text if you really wanted to, but you'll probably be able to figure a way out to do that. But we can pretend we're making a phone call. And if I remember correctly, there's even sounds to this when I do this. Like it literally plays sounds just like you're dialing the keypad. So let's say we're dialing 411. Okay, it's just like a real phone. It's got the sounds and everything, right? So we dial 411. I hit call, and I'm getting this atrocious busy signal, right? Pretty cool. What's up, C Dublin Caster? I see you, man. Hey there. Can't stay to watch the stream right now, but I saw your message on Discord. I hope you're okay and staying safe. I am doing my best, man. Things have been very, very difficult. Very difficult. Had an eviction notice put on my door. My landlord is trying to pay me to get out of here because I'm a hacker. Go figure. Go figure. So things have been challenging, to say the least. But there's some good people out there. YouTube has connected me with a lot of good people, so things are looking up. All right, so I just dialed a phone number. I dialed 411. And I can't think of like any other numbers I can dial that are not real numbers. But so I'll tell you, I'm just going to dial a fake number. And I'm doing this for a reason. I'm doing this for a reason. Bear with me. So I'm going to dial 555 555 55 1 2 3 1 2 3 55. All right, 555 55 555 55, something like that. I'm hanging in there, man. You see, I'm still here. I'm still making content, so that must be a good thing, right? All right, so I'm dialing a fake number for Fresh Forensics. Once again, I'm going to try to call it. There's a reason why I'm doing this. This is awesome. So I just dialed two numbers. I dialed 411 and I dialed 555 whatever. All right, now I am going to open up my terminal. I have this script. It is called OSINT Droid. And if you don't have it, I'll show you where to get that in a minute. I'm going to start up OSINT Droid, and I'm going to run --help. It's going to pull up the help menu. So OSINT Droid can be used for different things that could be classified as OSINT, maybe forensics. I'm not sure. It's a stretch of the truth. Don't beat me up for it. But we did a cold boot. So we only booted this phone up one time. So if I do number 1, that's going to tell me the number of reboots. Let's see what happens. Sure enough, been booted one time. It's been booted one time. So the script works on the virtual device, and I can keep a tally of the reboots. Now I haven't logged into any accounts yet, though we could use, you can use a real Gmail. You can do OSINT with this. You can literally use this for OSINT. You can use this for online investigations. This is how it gets done. I'm showing you how this gets done. You can take this in different directions. So this is how they do it. You create a virtual device and you put your target's phone number into the device, and then you begin to pull up the contacts, the connections to that person. I'm giving you too much. Let me back up. So watch this. If I do number 2, we don't have any emails yet because we haven't logged into anything with any emails, but they would have shown. If we do number 4, we don't have any contacts. We didn't create any, but they would have also been shown. But we did make some phone calls though. So if I do 5 to dump the call logs, look at that. We just dumped the call logs on a virtual device. How cool is that? So you can see that I made a call to 555-555-555. What's up, Rob Otley? What's up, bro? I like that. See, this guy's got polish. He says what's up to me, and he says what's up to the chat. So if you're just tuning in, man, this is a gem right here. I'll probably end up redoing it over the weekend with my Android marathon. I'm doing Android for 9 hours this weekend straight. Just kidding. I'm going hard this weekend. We created a virtual Android phone. I'm running scripts on a virtual Android phone. This is crazy. So we're literally dumping the call logs. I only made 2 phone calls. This must be residual. That's interesting. I have some residual information on here, I think. It's really interesting. In any event, you can see that I called 411, right? We're getting all of the metadata behind it. If you ever wondered what that looked like, get all this metadata that you get. It's crazy, right? We can do number 7. We can list out all the APKs. We can list out the third-party APKs. And if you guys know about my script, I also built in some Easter eggs. So there's additional choices that I did not make available in the menu, in the options. So I can do 33, right? Etc. and so forth. All right. You guys surely know where to get OSINT Droid by now. So I'm going to leave it at that. And come to find out, even virtual phones have secret codes. Even virtual phones have secret codes. Who would have thought? That is crazy. So I can run my other very well-known bash script, secretcodes.sh, pull up the help menu. And I'm just going to run it default, right? Even virtual phones have secret codes. I'm going to run secret codes with no options. It's going to begin the process. It's going to run. It's giving you information on this phone. You can see it's an SDK. It's running it in text mode. And it is parsing through every single app on this phone. If you guys don't know about this, this is like my most well-known video. This is essentially the video that put me on the map and kind of made me somebody. I did a video. I'm the only person that I know of that came up with a bash script to find and extract secret codes from Android devices. Everybody else talks about them. And there we go. You see, now we have some secret codes. We are literally pulling secret codes from a virtual phone. Come on. If that don't deserve a ruby or a gift or a super or something, come on. I'm giving you, you're not going to find this anywhere else. And if you do, say I'm wrong and I don't know what I'm talking about. You're not going to find this content anywhere else on YouTube. And people hate me for it. I don't get it. They hate me. So it's going through every app on the phone, and you can see it's finding secret codes. So it found one right here for the settings app, and it found one for the calendars app, found one for the cell broadcast receivers app, right? These are secret codes. So that means that we should be able to dial that secret code. So let's test it out. 4636 is the secret code. So I'm going to open up the dialer app, and you have to preface it with star pound, and then 4636, and then you end with pound, star, and there we go. It immediately opened the hidden testing menu. You know that the secret code works if it just immediately does the thing. You don't have to press send like you do when you dial a number. If the secret code is valid, because not all of the secret codes will be valid. You will find secret codes on the phone that exist, but they don't do anything. My opinion on why that is that they're residual. They're left behind from previous versions of the app, because the secret codes are usually put in there for a specific reason, like this one right here. This opens up this testing menu, and we can click on different things. This is real stuff, man. This is real. We're getting very interesting information from this testing menu, this using this diagnostic code, secret code, service code, whatever you choose to call it. So that one worked. Very cool. So the script is still running. We just used one of those, 4636. Very cool. And we have some additional codes right here, and it goes on, right? And it wrote them all to this .txt file. So that is how that works. Absolutely amazing that you can do this with a virtual phone, right? So if you want to install apps, you want to pull apps, right? Let's say, for example, that I'm doing some stuff with Android, bug bounty, reverse engineering, hacking, OSINT, whatever it is, right? I can actually run ADB shell PM list packages. Say I'm looking for a specific app. I see that there's the YouTube app, right? So I know the name of the app. Once I get the name of the app, then I can copy that name. I can rerun ADB shell PM list packages, add on a -F that prints out the path to the where the files are located for the apps. I'll rerun that, pipe that into grep. I'm going to grep for the app I'm looking for, which is YouTube. I'm just using a basic example, right? And that gives me the path to where that app is located. Path is located right there. So I could actually now run ADB pull, provide it with that path, and I can pull that APK from the phone. I just pulled, think about that for a second. I just pulled an APK from a virtual phone. And now I can run ls on base.apk, because that's what it's going to come up as, is base.apk. And then I would typically probably change it to something to help me remember what it is. But we just freaking pulled the YouTube app from a virtual phone. If I run file on that, you see it is in fact an Android APK. How cool is that? So if you have an app you want to test out, you can install it on the virtual phone, etc. and so forth, man. That is freaking cool. But it does have its limitations. This phone is not rooted. Wouldn't it be cool if we could root the phone? Wouldn't that be cool? Or if maybe not root the phone, well, if we could just get access to a root shell on the phone, like ADB root. Ooh, that would be cool. And why would you do that? You would do that because by having root access to the phone, you get to see all of the phone, not just bits and pieces. You get to see everything. You get to do more. What's up, local admin? Glad you can be here. This is a gem. This is a gem right here. People are missing out, man. I wasn't going to do this tonight. I was going to wait until the weekend, but I got to. It's just, it's embedded in me. So there are limitations to this virtual phone. If I shell into the phone and I run, who am I? I'm shell. I can run the ID command, and we do not have a root shell available to us. So in other words, if I were to try to run su root, it's not possible. It's not possible, right? So that's a limitation. But you couldn't do this on your phone neither, unless you rooted it, right? So it's the same thing. But we're going to do something about that. And one of the reasons why is, say you're doing, like you're doing your reverse engineering or your bug bounty, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. Well, that unless you have root access to the phone, you're not going to be able to see everything. So for example, a perfect example of that is I can CD inside of the data directory. If I do an ls, what do you get? Permission denied. I get a permission denied because we don't have the proper privileges to access it. And I'm trying to CD into the next directory because I know that we have /data/data. I know that it exists because I know the layout of a phone, of an Android phone, but it won't let us get access to it. And inside of /data/data, that is where all of the data for each app is going to be stored. So this would be an interesting place to get access to. It's not letting us get access to it. We don't have access to the entire phone. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to do something about that. We do have access to the virtual SD card. If you didn't know, yeah, there's a virtual SD card. There is literally a virtual SD card. So this is what the virtual SD card looks like. Same exact structure that a physical SD card would have if you inserted it into the phone and allowed the phone to format it. Same exact structure. Very cool. Very cool. All right. We're going to, as if this wasn't enough, as if this was not enough, in my opinion, we could probably stop right here and this could be it. But I got something else for you. We're going to take it one step further. So I'm going to exit from the device and I'm going to shut this phone down. I'm going to shut the phone down, come up here to the right, click on that power icon. It's going to start the process of turning the phone off, shutting it down. And I'm going to open up the Android Studio IDE again. You can see over here, it's very small, but up here in the upper right, there's actually this red box. And I'm going to click on that. That's going to actually completely stop the phone. It's going to save the state and it's going to completely stop. It's going to finish the process to really shut it down. And there we go. Phone is gone. Our virtual phone has been turned off. Now I'm going to create another phone. I'm going to create another phone. I'm going to click on the plus icon. I'm going to choose create a virtual device. We have our set of options again. Very hard for you guys to see, but that last time I chose to create a Pixel 9a. Now, if you look at most of these options, this is very important. It's very important. If you look at most of these options, you can see that they all have the Play Store icon next to them. The phone that we just walked through. This definitely may save your ass. This is fire. I hate to boast about myself, but this is good content and it's very hard to find this. It'd be very hard pressed to find content like this. I'm serious. I'm giving it to you guys, man. You guys support me, I support you. All right, so there is this Play Store icon next to most of these. What that means is exactly what you could probably guess. That is that when you choose one of those phones and you create one of those virtual phones, it is going to have the Play Store installed on it. You're going to immediately have access to the Play Store. You set it up just like on a real phone, right? And you can install additional apps from the Play Store. And that is why you're not able to get root access to the device. That's just how it works. That's the mechanism that is in place. If you want to get root access via ADB and see the rest of what's going on the phone, we can do that. We just need to create a phone that does not have a Play Store icon next to it. And there's other ways to do this. You can potentially go about this a different way, but I'm showing you by far the easiest way to do this. This is so simple. So I'm going to choose one of these phones that does not have the Play Store icon. I'm going to choose a Pixel 6, no Play Store icon. Next, I'm going to leave everything default and click Finish. And it has installed a new virtual phone, no Play Store, Pixel 6. I'm going to come up to the upper right. Once again, click those 3 dots, and I'm going to do a cold boot. And we are booting up this phone for the first time. Here it is. So I'm going to get rid of the Android-Studio emulator, IDE. Here is our new virtual phone booting up. Hell yeah. So without root on Android 12, oh, did it just shut that phone down? Ooh, that's not good. The reason why it's doing that is because I'm trying to do maybe a little bit too much at once between streaming and all of this. Without root on Android 12, we can get access to data. I have court order custody app. Yeah, so basically pay attention to what I'm about to show you because I'm essentially giving it to you right now. For whatever reason, it shut that down. I'm going to attempt to start it back up. And here we go. And give that a minute. Let that thing boot up. Once again, this is my second phone I created. I'm going to click wait. I keep getting that Android Studio is not responding. I'm just going to patiently click wait. Pray to the demo gods. Hope for the best. Thank you to everybody that has showed up. And we got a few people here. And we're going to keep it going, man. This is what I do. This is what I do every day, all day, man. Every day, all day. So we're waiting for this to boot up. So just like with the previous phone, we can get access to this from the command line, right? Using ADB. But the difference is huge because unlike the other phone that had the Play Store on it, this one does not have the Play Store. I'm going to be able to get root access to this phone. If you've never done that before, this is like an aha moment. This is a cool thing to be able to do. And we did it in such an easy way. So now that the phone is booted up, I haven't even touched it yet. I haven't configured it. I haven't done anything. I haven't done a single thing to it, right? If I run ADB devices, you see that it shows up. We have an emulator. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run ADB shell. We have now shelled into the device. We run uname Linux, ladies and gentlemen, Linux. If I run uname with -A, get some more information. We can run it with -R, just like we did before. Run top, etc., and so forth. Now, if I run, who am I? We are shell. If I run ID, we can see our user IDs, right? If I run su root, look at that. Look what just happened. I ran su root. I didn't get anything back. Or in other words, it didn't tell me that it doesn't exist. It didn't say it doesn't exist. It looks like it executed the command. So if I run, who am I? We are root. We are root, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. Just like that. Easiest and quickest way you will ever gain root access to a box in your life. We are now root. We have root access. I run the ID command. You see that we are using user ID 0. For root, we have a £. We have a £. We have root access. So you know what that means. Nothing can stop us now. If I cd inside of data and do an ls, we now can see everything that is in this directory. We can see everything. Before we got a permission denied error. Now we see everything, and as you can see, there's a lot. It's very powerful. Additionally, I can CD inside of the next data directory. So I'm now 2 directories deep, right? Actually, no, I take that back. I am not 2 directories deep. That is a mistake. Perhaps this works differently on a virtual device. No, I see data right here. Oh, I know what I did. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I had to do it this way. That's my fault, guys. So I'm going to CD inside of /data /data. That's my fault. So I'm going to do a PWD and look at where I'm at. I could never have made it inside of this directory with the previous phone. Permission denied. I didn't have permissions. Because we have root access, we can access any part of the phone. I'm inside of an area of this phone that would be very hard for you to get access to on whatever phone you're really using right now. It'd be very hard for you to get access to it. That's why they make things like Magisk, etc., and so forth, right? So if I run the ls command, what you see is you get a listing of all of the apps. Get a listing of all of the apps on the phone. And you can actually CD inside of the directories for these apps. So I was using YouTube for an example. So I can literally CD inside of com.android. What is it? What is the name? Okay, it's com.google.android.youtube. And there we go. I can do an ls, and we now have access to, all of the portions that we would not have access to. I'm not going to go any further because that could get me in trouble that I don't want to have. So I'm not going to go any further with that. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab an app that I can demo for you guys without crossing any lines ethically. And that is going to be, I'm going to use an app that I created. It's a super crappy app. It's just to serve a purpose. And I'm going to head over to my GitHub repository, github.com/Douglas Freshhavian. You click on repositories, and I'm going to click on Android Vault. And I have an APK over here on the right underneath releases. I'm going to click on latest. I'm going to actually download this APK. You can use any APK that you want. I'm only doing it this way because I can't cross any ethical lines. I can't. I could get in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble anymore. I don't get in trouble anymore. So I'm downloading an app that I created that is safe for me to use. I'm going to exit from the phone, exit from the root shell, then exit from the phone. I'm going to CD into my downloads directory. I have an app that is called Fresh Forensics Vault. And I'm going to install this app onto my virtual device by running ADB install Fresh Forensics. I just installed it onto the device. And we just installed our first and only third-party app, an app outside, a non-system app, essentially. So if I run ADB shell PM list packages and do a -3, we have our one and only third-party app, right? And now I'm going to shell back into the phone. CD back into /data/data. Oh no, first I have to do su root, then CD into /data/data. And I should have a directory called com.fresh.forensics.vault, and I do. So I'm going to CD inside of that directory, and here we are. I'm inside of a portion of the device that you would never normally get access to. Now watch this. The reason why I'm showing you this, you can apply this to any app you choose. I'm applying it to my app because I created this. I have the ability, the rights to do this. I'm not doing anything wrong. Do not do this. I'm giving out the disclaimer right now. Do not do this on apps you do not own or do not have permission to access, right? So if I run ls, we have two files. You can run ls-la and look for hidden files to see if there are any. We don't have any. We just have those two files, right? But that's because we have not started interacting with the app yet. This is going to be like this for any app that you haven't interacted with yet. It hasn't created the files yet. So here's my crappy app. I'm actually going to click on it now. And now it's opening the app and it's interacting with it. And it's supposed to be for secure note taking. Do not use this for secure notes. It's terrible. But I'm typing in a message. I'm typing in fresh forensics baby, right? And I'm going to click save. That's it. Super simple, right? And then I'm going to close the app. All right, now watch. Open the terminal back up. Now that I've interacted with the app, I rerun ls-la. Look, we now have files. We now have files that exist. If I run ls on files, we have new files. We have something called secrets.txt. I'm going to cat out the contents of secrets.txt, and look what we have. Fresh forensics, baby. We just got access to the extremely weak, unencrypted secret notes, right? That's the power that you have, man. That's the power that you have. Use it wisely. Use it ethically. Don't do anything unethical with that. Somebody's asking me, is this more secure than a Google standard app with all the telemetry and data collection? Rob Oley says, that's great. Any known limitations? Yeah, I mean, there's obviously some limitations. If you're using this for legitimate reasons to test out apps, nothing beats having a real device. I mean, nothing beats having a real physical device. But there's great reasons to do it this way. You don't have to worry about the device. You can delete it. It's gone. I mean, you can have your way with it. And not everybody has the money to have their phone and a real device to mess around with or to use for testing or bug bounty. So there are limitations, but there are not many, and the pros greatly outweigh the cons. Is it more secure than a Google standard app with all the telemetry? I can't confirm or deny that. When you say, is it more secure? I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you saying, is my app more secure? No, it's not. My app is not secure. So virtual phone, we created two. We gained root access to one of them. That's crazy. That's crazy. Explore the file system, poke around, see what type of stuff you can get access to. It's super interesting. And any scripts that you have, any scripts that you guys have, that stuff is going to be able, you're going to be able to use those scripts. You're going to be able to use those scripts on this virtual phone. So an example would be, once again, I've created several scripts, right? One of those is OSINT Droid, and if I run number 1, it gives us the number of reboots. We booted it up one time. We can literally use this. We can use these scripts on these phones. Showing you this one more time. This is nuts. This is crazy. This is crazy. I can literally open up the text messaging app. I'm going to start a chat. It wants me to freaking sign in, man. Are you serious? It wants me to sign in. I'm gonna type a message to I'm gonna type a text message. I'm gonna try to send a text message to try to send a text message, and it's just doing a bunch of 5s. I'm gonna try to send an SMS message to 555 555 5555, and I'm going to literally type a message, fresh forensics baby. Now watch this. Watch this. Watch this. All right. So it literally sent a message to this number that doesn't even exist. Very cool, right? Now I'm going to open up the dialer app. I am going to attempt to make a phone call to 555 555 555. All right, I'm going to attempt to call the number. They're not available. Fresh Forensics is not available because he's on a live stream. All right, very cool. Why did I do that? Watch this. Watch this. I created the script called OSINT Droid. I'm going to dump the call logs with number 5. Dump the call logs with number 5, and it is dumping the call logs from a virtual device, guys. It's dumping the call logs from a virtual device. What do you see? 555555. You see all the metadata. Here's the date right here. Look, this is real stuff. This is like the Unix, format for the date, right? This is all the real deal nitty gritty. This is the metadata. This is the stuff that you typically never see. All that from just, all that from attempting to make a call to 555 555 All right, I'm gonna hit enter. I'm gonna do number 6. We're gonna dump SMS. Look, we dumped the SMS. Very cool. Once again, here's all the metadata that you don't normally see, including like this thing called the subject equals proto, all the good stuff. Here's the body of the SMS message, Fresh Forensics baby. Here is the date, right? All the good stuff, And we can do number 9, and it will actually attempt to dump secret codes. Yes, even Android virtual devices have secret codes. Look at that. Look, we just dumped a bunch of secret codes from a virtual device. This is ridiculous. Who would have thought that this was possible? We're dumping secret codes from a virtual device. So let's try one of those secret codes. There is a secret code for the cell broadcast receiver 2627. So let's see what happens. Let's see if it works. 2627. So I'm going to do star pound 2627. 27 pound star pound star, and it says cell broadcast testing mode is now enabled. So it actually did work. It didn't bring us to like some cool menu, but it did literally work. It worked. That secret code worked. So let's see if we have another one that will actually do something here. We already know that this one works. We already know what's up, Tattletale. We already know this one works. Here's a secret code for the settings app. The secret code is 4636. Watch this. We already know this one's going to work. So we're going to type a secret code, star pound 4 6 3 6 pound star, and it immediately opens up this secret testing menu. Think about this. It's crazy. We're literally pulling secret codes from a virtual Android device. It's so incredibly interesting. And we can get various things. Click on usage statistics and get all sorts of usage statistics, or we can get phone information just as if it were a real device. Same exact thing. We can run a ping test. We're running a ping test. This is crazy. Where you're not going to find this information. Nobody else is doing this. You hear me? Nobody else is doing this. I know I'm being super theatrical, but I'm just having fun. Super cool though. You got to admit. You have to admit. This is very cool. This is very different. This is very different. Now, that means that we can interact with the phone. I could stop here. I mean, this is, this has definitely been good enough for me. But I'm going to exit from the script. Anything that you would normally do to interact with the phone, you can do. So any ADB command that you can come up with, and this is a great way to use ADB commands, to learn how to use ADB commands in a way where you don't have to worry about damaging your phone, so you can just try things out. We have the phone open. We have a secret menu open, right? There are these things called key event codes. They're called key event codes. Anything that you would do on an Android phone, you can do it with ADB. You can emulate it. So something like pressing the phone, sliding the phone, swiping the phone, closing the phone, just how you would hit the Bixby button and close it. Going back to the home screen, you can turning the volume up. You can accomplish all of that with ADB. You can do it using these things called key event codes. It's very interesting stuff. So an example would be, I can run ADB shell. What is it? I think is it CMD, or I might, you know what? I might have to grab my notes on this one. It's been a while. Let me grab my notes. Let me check my notes real quick. See, we got more people popping in. That's great. I'm going to click on Android Vault. Android Vault. We got so many GitHub repositories. Is it Android Forensic? No, I know which one it is. It's, oh, I know which one. I know which one it is. Turn, ooh, what kind of volume you got, bro? You gotta turn your volume up. Don't turn my volume up. You gotta turn your volume up, bro. I know. Droid SMS. That's where it's at. Took me a second. Okay. inside of Droid SMS, I have a link to the ADB input and key event cheat sheet. I had to remind myself of how this works. I typed so many commands, guys. Okay, I had to remind myself of the syntax. So check this out. Structure is like this. ADB shell input key event. And then you use numerical equivalents of these key event codes. So an example is 3. You can see I've already used that. I'm using the fish shell. So we have auto suggestions based off of my history. You can see that that's what it's doing. It's literally suggesting that to you because I already typed it. ADB shell input key event 3. And what does it do? Boom. It's basically a way of taking you back to the home screen. So no matter what you're doing on the phone, you open up any app. You open up like the dialer app, the YouTube app, whatever it may be. You want to go back home. Look at this. This is crazy. We can literally watch. This is crazy. We can watch my channel inside of a virtual Android phone. Are you serious? I almost got to see if this is real. Look, it's even pulling my thing up. It's oh man, it's crazy. There's my channel. Nice. Nice. That is so cool. I mean, there's basically almost nothing that you can't do. Except for the fact that it took me to that screen and I didn't want to be on that screen. There we go. That's where I want to be. Look at that. That's insane. It's our live stream right here. Hey, what's up, Brett Johns? Man, you know I'm going, man. You see I'm going. I'm hour and a half in on the live stream. Honestly, this live stream, it's probably one of the best ones you're ever going to see on Android because of what I'm doing in this live stream. I'll end up doing it over again this weekend, but this is fire right here. We're literally watching my live stream. We're watching my live stream inside of a virtual Android device. Did I get that rent paid? No, I did not. In fact, this is insane that we're doing this. We're literally watching my live stream. Look, we see it. We got the comments. Look at see the comments. This is insane. This is going to be my new way of keeping up with the comments. Look at this. Come on, that is too cool. So Brett Johns, did I get the rent paid? I did not. I do have a lot of money towards it, not all of it, but I'm making a large dent in it. I am. I still have an eviction notice on my door right now. I literally have an eviction notice on my door right now. And what am I doing? I'm sitting here teaching you guys how to do Android stuff. And just to show you that I'm not lying, because I do not lie, here's a picture of me. Wait, here's a picture of me with the eviction notice taped to my front door. Took a picture. Did you know there's a lunar eclipse next week? No, I did not. There's a lunar eclipse next week. The sad reality, guys, is that I have nobody to watch it with. I have nobody out here. You guys are the only people I have. No, I'm not going to dox myself. I thank you for letting me know, but you literally cannot see close up. You can't see close up on it, but I appreciate you letting me know. I don't want to dox myself. I have nobody to watch the eclipse with. If any of you know any nice ladies that are looking for a nice guy that is obsessed with Linux, that will bug the hell out of them to show them Linux stuff, could you please let me know? I would like to find a nice woman to watch the eclipse with, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you. Just, have them reach out to me. Not that I trust Ubuntu. Did you know some of the Ubuntu community tried to betray Linus Torvalds? No, I did not. I did not know that. I did not know that. I did not. So yeah, so this is interesting. We got the live stream pulled up inside of a virtual phone. It doesn't get better than that. It really doesn't. I wonder if we can turn this phone sideways. Is that possible? Get out of here. I did not know you could do that. I did not know you could do that. Is there anything that we can't do together? Is there anything that we cannot do together, you guys and you guys and I? That's insane. I can't believe that. It's 4:05 p. Oh, it's 4:05 p.m. Just racking up steak, watching my career residence looking. Oh, dang! It's 4:05. AI can help a lot of things for sure. AI can definitely help a lot of things. AI is awesome. Love AI. It's 2 a.m. in Ohio. It's 2 a.m. I have an eviction notice on my door. I'm drinking a bang at 2 a.m. We got Ubuntu back there. We got Kali Linux over here. This is what I'm doing. This is my life. It's 2 a.m. I'm still drinking caffeine, and I'm trying to pay my rent one stream at a time. Hey, you guys, if you can send a super my way, send a gift, $1, $2. Ain't no shame in my game. I'm giving you guys the knowledge. Send something my way. You can help me pay that rent. We'll keep this dream alive. Keep the dream alive. You're in the state of WA. What is that? This is I'm a moron. What WA? What is that? Wisconsin or Washington? Was that Washington? I feel like a moron. I use Perplexity, Temporal, Vibe, Claude, and Gemini. Nice. Huh. Very interesting. Okay, so we the grand finale, the culmination is that, oh, Western Australia. Oh, nice. Western Australia. Do you ever use any of the Arch distros? I'm a Debian guy. I love Linux. I love Linux. So I'm open to trying out any Linux distro, but I'm a Debian guy. So I stick with Debian for the most part. So you're talking about, Debian based stuff. You're talking about Ubuntu, all the different flavors of Ubuntu, right? But mainly Ubuntu, Kali Linux, which is also Debian, Parrot OS, which is Debian, Dragon OS, which is Debian. So Ubuntu, Kali, Dragon, Parrot, Raspbian, which is also Debian, Raspbian for the Raspberry Pi, UFW. Yep, UFW is fire. So yeah, so that is that right there. And we could just keep on going, guys. Nix OS looks like slaps. I actually came up with a script to try to use Bash, Garuda Linux. I've heard of Garuda. I've never used it. Did you hear about the new kernel release? No, I did not hear about the new kernel release. Did something interesting happen with it? Is there something about it that's a big deal other than it just being another kernel release? Droid SMS. That's it. So I have a script. I haven't really done like a proper video on this like I should, but I actually created a script. I think there is a USA state that's W. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking of. Is in the US. When you said WA, I was thinking of like Washington or Wisconsin. I'm thinking Wisconsin, West Virginia, Washington. Oh, West Virginia is WV. Athena. So I created a script called Droid SMS. It's actually, oh, I didn't put the whole script up yet. That's right. I have it over here. And I base 64 encoded it, or I did something. So I have to pull that off of my file system. I don't think I even have, actually I do have that right now. I forgot. I didn't even put my script up yet. Man, I completely forgot. Let me grab this script real quick. CD inside. $60 AU. $60 AU. And grab this script. I have to grab this script real quick. So that's going to be in. It's going to be inside of CD inside of Android. And where is that at? Here we go. Send SMS. Is that what it is? Yeah, send an SMS. Okay, there we go. Let me copy that script to my home directory. I'm also going to copy my wake up script over, and I'm going to copy my unlock script over. There we go. Okay. Created a script. I was fascinated. You like the Black Arch repository? You know, Black Arch is fire. And in all reality, I mean, from what they say, if you believe what they say, you know, Black Arch is, that's for the elite, the ones that the type that uses Vim over Nano. I'm a Nano guy, so I haven't stepped it up yet, I guess. Arch Linux, that's for the serious guys. Not there yet. I will get there. So I don't know if I have to. I'm still finishing this up. This is like kind of still in testing, if you will. It's in beta, but I was fascinated with the fact that you can pretty much do almost anything and everything with an Android device. Anything you can do with the device physically, you can do with ADB, right? So I was like, well, can I send a text message from the command line? Get this, I'm at housing next door neighbor to where I'm working, gave me a S21 Samsung, not a scratch on it, a few lines. I like MG on OBSD. That's nice. Anytime you can get a phone. Look, I'm giving away Google Pixels right now. I'm literally giving away Google Pixels. If you want one, just all you got to do is install Android Studio, come over to the device manager, click on the plus sign, create virtual device, and I'm giving away Pixels right now. Pixel 10a, Pixel 9a, Pixel 8. I'm giving away Pixels. So come get some. Giving away Pixels for free, guys. Arch helped me learn Linux faster because I constantly had to fix what I messed up. That's true. A lot of people say that about Slackware too, something similar to Slackware. Because you really have to get nitty-gritty with the commands, right? So if this script even works, I'm not sure if it's even going to work, especially with a virtual device. But let's see if it detects the send button or not, because that's the main thing. It looks like it did. It opened up the dialer app. I think it did. It opened up the dialer app, and it Open the dialer app. Let me close the YouTube thing. Let's see if this worked. I don't think it did. Let's try it again. I still have to work on this script a little bit. It's been a while. So let's see if we can get it to work. I'm going to attempt to detect the send button. It's basically, look, it got it. It worked. So this is the biggest thing. This is like still under development. I'm just kind of going down the rabbit hole now because we still have a decent amount of people watching. So you need a new phone. I got a Google Pixel for you right now. Install Android Studio. So this script that I'm still kind of working on, it's not actually available for everybody yet. It's just kind of silly. I'm fascinated to see what I can do with ADB. ADB is powerful. What year Google Pixel? Anyone that's available, right? I'll show you all the Google Pixels available right now. We have, what do we got here? Create virtual device. We have Pixel 4 all the way up to Pixel 10a for free for you right now. How would you go about loading Graphene OS onto the Pixel VM? Bro, you're gonna buy it off me. Drop a super right now for me, please. I need all the help I can get. That's interesting. Like, God, would that be possible on a virtual phone to essentially? I don't know if that. I can't see that working. But if it did, that would be nuts. To install Graphene OS onto a virtual phone. That's crazy. Who's gonna tell them what? Who's gonna tell them what? That would be crazy. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I would love to do it. So yeah, the script you have to, if you want to try to send a text message, send a text message from the command line. One of the biggest things, if you're going to try to do this using ADB or automate it, is you need to locate the send button. It's going to be the trickiest part. And I'm using this thing called the UI Automator, which is this cool thing that you can use from the command line that will like essentially help you map out the coordinates of things on a screen of an Android device. It's built into every Android device. It's called the UI Automator, I think is what it's called. So it looks like it grabbed the coordinates if they're correct. It grabbed the X and Y values and it saved them to a file. Let me see if it works. It's kind of buggy. I'm still working on it. So let's see. I detected the send button, and now I'm going to do 2 to send a message. I need to enter a phone number. So I'm going to do plus 555 555 5555, enter, and enter the message text. I'm going to do fresh forensics, baby, and hit enter. And it's loading it. It's loading it. And it sent it. Still works, baby. Still works. There you go. There you go right there. I've created a bash script to be able to send text messages from the command line of my Linux system using ADB. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if there's any use for this. I don't know. I was bored. I wanted to see if I could do it. And dang it, it worked. It worked. It freaking worked, man. I hit enter. It worked. Nice. Is the real MVP of the chat. Dash out here doing the Lord's work. Nice. Doing the Lord. When you say doing the Lord's work, are you talking about converting Windows users to Linux, or are you doing a different Lord's work? Big shout out to Linus Torvald, RIP Kevin Mitnick, RIP Kevin Mitnick, man, we love you. Nothing. Android is amazing. Look at what we did. We virtualized an Android phone, for goodness sakes. We were just watching my live stream inside of a virtual phone on Linux. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We can run ADB shell commands. I can run ADB shell PM list packages with a -3. We only have one third-party package that I installed outside of the Play Store. That is the Fresh Forensics Vault. I can run that with nothing, list all these system packages, or I can run it with -S. That'll also list system packages. I can run it with -F. That will show you the location of the file system. We can shell into the device, and when we shell into the device and we run that beautiful uname command, we are on Linux, man. Shout out to Mitnick for sure. Volker Ding, Theo Durat, don't know them guys, but shout out to Volker Ding and Theo Durat, whoever those guys are. We're inside of a virtual phone running Android that has a Linux kernel, and I'm going to run su root, and I am now root, baby. Who am I? I'm root. ID 0. We got a £. We got a hashtag. I have root access. Do you make all your graphics and music too? Yes, I make everything. I make everything. I am literally a one-man show. I make the thumbnails. I make the videos. I edit the videos. I do thumbnails, titles, descriptions. I make the music. I do everything. Everything. Oh, I'm sending a text. Oye, pues dame un momentito, no puedo hablar en este momento porque estoy haciendo algo con este canal. Ponte para lo tuyo, no tengo tiempo para eso, llámame para atrás, pues. Watching Linus Torvalds videos every day. One said he's going to be emperor, king of the world. We're blessed. Linus Torvalds is still alive. Saw that video he did on YouTube, Linus and Linus or whatever. That was pretty cool, man. That was pretty cool. It's like a very popular video on YouTube with Linus where something about how, I think it's like about how it was like the NSA or somebody they approached him about putting a backdoor in Linux or something. Make the music with Linux too. All right, so somebody's talking about the music, right? So speaking of the music, I'm going to show you guys real quick. If you guys are interested in this, this is for you guys. I literally put this on my GitHub for you guys, okay? I put it up there for you guys. And I'm going to show you. At the beginning of my live streams, you hear the music. I created the music, created it for us. At the end of my videos, you hear the music. I created the music for us. If you head over to my GitHub repositories, Douglas Fresh ADB, and click on repositories, I have a repository called Kali Linux Music. Okay? Repository called Kali Linux Music. I'm going to do a git clone. I'll walk you through the instructions. Very simple. Very, very simple. Very short repository. All right, I'm going to cd inside of a directory. I'm going to do a git clone. What's up, MacGuffin? Like your little hand thing there. That's fire. I'm going to do a git clone of my Kali Linux repository, okay? This is available for any of you guys. Do a git clone of Kali Linux Music, okay? Once that completes, I'm going to once that completes, I'm going to cd into the newly created Kali Linux Music directory, do an ls. Here are all of the songs. They're all MP3s. All right, there you go. That's all you got to do. You now have the music. Play them on your machine, put them on your phone. If I want to install one of these on my phone and listen to the music on my phone, play it over my speakers, etc. and so forth, it's incredibly simple. All I do is run ADB shell, push. I can push them all at once inside of one file, or I can do them one at a time. So I can push, you know, this song right here, ADB shell push, followed by the file I want to push. And I'm going to determine where I want to push it onto the phone. I'll put it in SD card, and we actually have a directory called music. And there we go. And I did that wrong. Whoops. I put ADB shell. Wow. Did somebody call me out on that? Is Douglas Berdeau your mentor? No. I said ADB shell. Sorry. I mean ADB push. Sorry. ADB push, followed by the file and the location. So now inside of ADB shell ls, inside of SD card music, we now have our music. So go get my music, put it on your phone, play it on your phone, play it in your car, bump that shit, Kali Linux music. This is what I do. Download the repository and then just get rid of the 2 files that are not music. Like, you don't need these, right? So I'll just remove the license. Yeah, I'll give you the link to the GitHub. Remove the license, remove the readme command, or the readme.mb file. And now we just have the music, MP3s. You're going to install something called MPV. You're going to run sudo apt install MPV. Okay. Once MPV is installed, we can literally play all the songs in the directory by running MPV with an asterisk. And we are now playing Kali Linux music from the command line. It's an obsession. It's an obsession, okay? I'm working on it.
Straight from the lab.
Straight from the lab.
Let's go. Fresh forensics, not just code in the shell. We investigate.
And that is it. If you just want to play a specific song, MPV followed by whatever that song is. Kali Linux Dreaming. It's one of my favorites.
Kali Linux Dreaming. Kali Linux Dreaming.
Tattletale, peace out. I'm actually getting ready to end the stream anyway. I'm just kind of lollygagging because people are still in it. So you're not missing anything at this point. I covered everything I planned on covering tonight and more. I covered a lot of stuff. Make sure you check us out tomorrow. We're going in tomorrow. We're going hard. We're going hard on Android tomorrow. We are going very in depth tomorrow. I'll probably start off by quickly covering some of the same stuff to get the virtual device up and running, but we're just going to take it as far as we can go. So I appreciate you stopping by. We still got a couple dozen people watching, so maybe I'll go for like a couple more minutes. Maybe some of you guys haven't seen some of this stuff. If you have not seen what I've been doing, I created a virtual phone using Android Studio, and I've just been kind of running scripts and stuff on it that I've created over time. I have my Android phone. We literally can do anything with this phone, and I'm gonna run ADB. Thank you, Brett Johns. Thank you. I appreciate that. Brett John says he loves my drive. I appreciate that because I actually spend a lot of time on this, and I practice some of this stuff just to be able to bring it to you. I spend a lot of time on this. This is my life. I do love it. I enjoy it. I'm not making enough money. I'm barely surviving. I eat out of a soup kitchen. It's not a joke. I literally am eating out of a soup kitchen. I'm struggling to pay my bills, but I do this for you guys. I love this. I love it. I just want to keep doing it and doing a better job. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that people like what I do, and they appreciate the effort I put forth, the passion that I have for this. Clearly, check out Work in Phoenix by Khan Sippity Slappers, but not safe for the stream. Okay, I would definitely check that out. Love back to Australia. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. I forgot my command. Oh yeah, okay. ADB shell input key event 3. Google Pixel. I need to buy a phone soon, bro. Got some. Told you, bro. You want a Google Pixel? Android-Studio. Android-Studio, man. Get yourself a Google Pixel. All right. I have another script on here. Wonder if it works. It's called Wake Up. Wonder what would happen if I run Wake Up on this. Yeah, that's not gonna. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work neither. Yeah, it's not going to work. I need a real phone for that. All right. Thanks. If I had some money in my bank, I'd give you something. I'm late 50s and I have been using Windows. Hey, man, listen. You support me. You show up. You watch. You drop your comments. You're supporting me. You're supporting me. Nobody has to give me any money. I'm only kidding when I say that. I'm only kidding, guys. I appreciate it when people do. And I promise you this, anything that comes my way is literally going straight to the channel. It literally is going straight to the channel, keeping me in this room and able to do this. All these things you see that I have, like this guy's got, he don't need money. He's got all these screens and computers and adapters. All that stuff has been given to me from YouTube, from companies. All that stuff has been given to me. Literally, I'm just trying, if I had it my way, what I'm doing right now, I would basically be doing every day for half the day. I just want to do what I'm doing right now. I love this. Have you learned to use HCX dump tools? Yes, I have. You were born in MT? Okay. I have. It's actually been a while, but I have used HCX dump tools. It's been a while, like a couple years while, but it's super cool. I mean, you basically can grab what you need from essentially anybody's. Nobody is safe with that. I mean, it's insane how powerful it is. Living a similar lifestyle in Cali, you'd actually be surprised with how I set it up. Living on less than $500 a month, not by choice either. All right, I'm serious. Brain tumor and chill. I want to know how you do it. How are you living on less than $500 a month? You got half your meals from charity, rich in happiness at least. I get it. I did a live stream and I showed people that I was eating in a soup kitchen, and it's crazy. People like started just sending me money. I think they felt bad, like this guy's eating out of a soup kitchen. But I'm just showing you how it's like, how my life is really like. Literally, I don't lie. I don't lie, man. It ain't all peaches and cream. Yeah, definitely email me. I'm very curious to know if you. I want to know. I'm curious. I'm interested in going off grid. I would love to get like a Tesla home or something, and just I'll live in a semi-transparent Tesla home and just this be my main room. I'm good with that. Yeah, for sure. Reach out to me, Brain Tumor. You can kick some ideas by me for future content. Absolutely. It's Douglas Habian at tuta.com. And I have no problem sharing that because I'm using Tuta. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to drop it in the chat. You reach out to me at this email address. I got new products en route from companies. I'm not going to say what they are, but I can't wait until they get here, because when they get here, I'm going to be testing them out. I'm going to be opening them and showing them on the live stream. I'm super excited about that. hopefully they get here by this weekend. That would be even better. Somebody asked me about the link to the music. This is the link right here. Head over to Douglas Freshhavian. It's Kali Linux Music. I'm going to throw the link for that in the comments as well for anybody. Make a video on HCX tools. Yeah, that's definitely worth doing. That's the link right there to the music, guys, for anybody who is interested in that, okay? So, I'll go a few more minutes. I actually did so much more on this video for Android than I thought I would do. You guys might know this, you might not. We're going to be going super deep this weekend. We're going deep, okay? I'm going to show a couple more things, and I'm going to wrap this up because we're at 2 hours. If you guys didn't know, you can still back stuff up. Respect to you all, followed by hi, and what's up to the chat. What's up, King Sean Fortune? What's up? Appreciate you being here. So a lot of people don't know this, but you can actually still back up some apps. You can still back up some apps. Now, I did a whole entire write-up on this, and I'm going to be showing these tools. We're going to be doing this weekend. We're going to be doing this tomorrow and Saturday. We're going super deep. If you missed anything on this one, and we did some good stuff on this stream, it's okay, because we're going to repeat some of it this weekend. I'm going deep this weekend. We're doing Android SMS forensics. We're doing some really cool stuff. And I created some scripts. All right, got a jet. I appreciate you showing up, man. Gonna try to extract all those custody files. Dang, sorry to hear that, bro. A lot of people don't know this. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. Or the opposite. Excuse me. A lot of people don't know this. For sure, we can definitely connect. I listen, if people reach out to me, I respond. I try to always respond. And a lot of people have been reaching out. I'm talking to people on the phone, I'm texting, I'm emailing, all of that. So for people who don't know this, you can still back up apps on Android. Most of them don't let you do it anymore, but surprisingly, you can actually still back up some. And one of those is you can back up the app that's responsible for messaging on Android, for sending SMS messages. And we're going to go into that this weekend. We're going to be doing SMS forensics. And I'm going to be showing you guys some cool stuff that you can do. I'm going to be showing you guys some cool scripts that I wrote to automate a very lengthy process. Thank you for thanking me for my commitment. I appreciate that. So I have some commands over on one of my GitHub pages, and you can literally copy them verbatim. So you have to determine which app on your phone is responsible for telephony services. It might be com.android.providers.telephony, but we can find out by running ADB shell pm list packages. I'm going to pipe that into grep-i. I'm grepping for telephony. And sure enough, the app that is responsible for all things telephony on this virtual Android device is called com.android.providers.telephony. So make sure that that's your app. If you do have this app, it is responsible for your telephony related things on your phone. So once you verify that it is in fact that app with that name, you can literally just copy and paste the command from my GitHub. But we're gonna run. Okay, I'll check it. We're gonna run ADB backup with dash no compress, and paste in the name of this app. And we are literally backing up an app. So for people that tell you, oh, they did away with that, that's deprecated. No, it's not. there are still apps that you can back up. You're not supposed to, if somebody creates an app, a developer creates an app, right? You're supposed to make it so that you cannot back it up. That's like standard practice now, because they realized a long time ago that you can get sensitive information from the app by being able to back it up. And so they kind of did away with it, but some people they forget to make that, they forget to add it. So some apps you can still back up, and you can back up the telephony app. I'm doing it right now, literally right in front of you, and I'm doing it on a virtual Android device. So you see that in order for me to do a full backup, an encrypted full backup, you want to do the encrypted full backup because you'll get more information. It makes you create a password. So I'm just going to literally create a password of 1234 and then click back up my data. It's going to back it up. So anything that we did in the telephony, so that's going to be like text messages and stuff that we sent, and we did send a couple, all that stuff is going to be backed up into the app, it's going to end up in the backup. So now I have this file that is called backup.ab. And we literally just did this on a virtual phone. It's crazy. I run the file command on backup.ab. Oh, we're getting back that it's empty. Why is it doing that? Something's not right. I might have to do it on a real phone. That didn't work. Ooh, now I'm mad. Maybe you can't do that on a virtual phone. Well, in any event, that's okay, because this is one of the things we're going to be doing this weekend. We're going to be doing SMS forensics. I'm going to show you how to do forensics, SMS forensics on an Android device. We'll be using a real device for that. And I created a custom application that will allow you to pull the information from your phone and then put it in, organize it in a way where you can parse through it and you can locate information in the text messages. And I was able to convert it into a way that is viewable in the web browser. And it's all done by simply running a bash script. It's absolutely incredible. We're gonna go deep into that this weekend. SMS forensics, amongst a bunch of other things that we're gonna be doing. So make sure that you're there for that. We'll be starting tomorrow. I'd like to start tomorrow, maybe around like 8 or 9 p.m. and then just go late into the night. And how about using Kali on Android via Termux? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Super cool. Any way that you can do it. Rooted, non-rooted. It's all very cool. It's all very cool. I like it. I like it all. I want to watch running Kali Linux. They do have watches running Kali Linux. If you're not familiar with that, you can head over to Kali.org. Over on Kali.org, click on Get Kali. Choose your platform, right? If we choose, I believe it's somewhere around mobile. Here are your phones that you can install Kali Linux on. The PinePhone Pro. And if you scroll down, somewhere around here, we have watches. And that's what I want for Christmas. If I had any family that would buy me anything, if I had family, this is what I would be asking for, is a watch running Kali Linux. Set you up on a Kali phone. You'll buy it off me. Okay. Here are all of your phones that you could potentially compatible with Kali Linux. Right here over on their page. And all the way at the bottom, look, you have something called a tick watch. This is what I want right here. It's a tick watch. And you have the tick watch Pro 3 GPS LTE, tick watch Pro 4 4G LTE. So this is literally what I want right here. So it's called a tick watch Pro. So if we go over to Amazon, and I want this because you can install Kali Linux on it. So if we head over to Amazon.com and search for the TicWatch, we're looking for a TicWatch Pro 3, wasn't it Pro 3? Pro 3 or a Pro 3. So can we find one? TicWatch Pro 3? Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't hurt to look. In any event, that is what I want. I want a TicWatch that I can put Kali Linux on. That's what I want so bad. I don't know why. I want a watch running Kali Linux for Christmas. What I really want is to reach 100,000 subscribers, and I'm close to 25K. I want to get to 100,000. So I don't have a watch with Kali Linux, but I do have a tattoo, a Kali Linux tattoo on my arm, and I love that tattoo. So, all right, guys, you know, I think I've done enough. I don't want to wear this out. We've been going for a couple hours. I think I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to call it a night. You guys are awesome. There's still a decent amount of people that are watching right now too. If you guys have any last minute shout outs you want me to give to your dogs or something, that would be a great time. I'm trying to purchase a robot dog to have a little bit of company in here. I'm alone in here. It's just me, myself, and I. I would like to get a robot dog. Maybe make it bark in the background or something. I need some company, y'all. I'm too alone in here. I need some help. ADB shell. But I'm getting ready to wrap it up, guys, so that I can. Good night, Brett Johns. You are awesome. All you guys are awesome, man. You guys show up, man. I show up. You guys show up. Make sure you get yourself that. I'm using the Terminator. My emulator, my terminal emulator, my multiplexer is Terminator. Allows me to split things vertically. I can split things horizontally using Terminator. I love it. I can also do this with key combos. I can do it straight from within my key, never taking my hands off the keyboard. I'm using Terminal. You are welcome. We're doing nothing but Android this whole weekend. We are taking it deep. I'm going to schedule my stream tomorrow so you guys know early in the day what time it starts. Try to be there when it starts. We're going through a ton of stuff. It's going to be interesting. If you ever wanted to get deep into Android, this weekend is the time. We're going to go deep. We're going to go super deep with it. So I'm using the Terminator multiplexer for my emulator. I can use key combos, split vertically, horizontally, and I'm using the fish shell. I love my fish shell. I type fish, dropped into my fish shell. I'm using a custom prompt. You can see I even have the little Ubuntu logo in it. I'm using this wonderful thing that allows me to change my prompts. That's a part of the fish shell. One of the cool things about fish is you can run things like fish_config. For sure, man. I will see you there. You can run fish_config. It'll open up you'll open this up in a web browser, and you can literally go through and pick your colors, your prompt. You can look at your history, your command history, all the commands you typed. Look at your key bindings, your variables, all of this right in the web browser. You can pick, you can change your prompt, you can change the colors, all of that stuff right from the web interface using the fish shell. I'm doing that by running fish_config. And we can also keep it in the terminal by running fish_config and just by typing theme. And I can do theme show. It'll literally show you all the themes, what they look like in the terminal. Check that out. This is a really cool one. Lava. Check that out. This is why I love the fish shell. I love the fish shell. You can also do fish_config. You can do the prompt as well. You can do the prompt show. It'll show you all the different prompts. Check that out. Check that out. Look at that one. That's a nice one. That's the fish shell. The benefits of using fish. You've been using Tmux, myself, I have a few others. Fish is absolutely awesome. Everybody knows about Tmux. That's a nice little terminal multiplexer. It has some very interesting key bindings that you have to use to do certain things. Tmux is cool, but I like Terminator with fish. Go check out fish. I'm using Tmux myself. What's up? Make bots, not love. Where you been at, bro? We're just now about to end the stream, man. You missed everything. We were literally calling 411 on a virtual phone, man. You missed it, bro. Look. We were calling numbers on a virtual phone. You missed it. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. We are going to be doing all sorts of stuff. I'm going to close this down. You just woke up. What time is it where you're at? Make bots, not love. What time is it? Closing it down. It's always a little bit of sadness. Answer your LinkedIn. Bro, I haven't been on LinkedIn. I haven't been on LinkedIn in a while. I'm going to have to log back in and all that stuff, bro. Okay, same as me. I know you probably told me where you're at, but I've been chatting with so many people that it's hard to remember. But I'm gonna have to log back into my LinkedIn. It's been a while, man. I'm not really active on LinkedIn anymore. All right, guys. My friend, if you ever feel lonely, just drop me a line, as I'm disabled and seldom go out, so would always have time for you if you ever need a chat. I'm a noob to Linux and some IT aspects. Absolutely, bro. I appreciate it. I don't know if you saw the stream. Didn't get a lot of views, unfortunately. I'm kind of sad about that, but I didn't really do a good job of prepping the stream or prepping the person I had on the stream, but I made a new friend. His name is Mike. He doesn't have his arms or one of his legs. Crazy. And he uses Linux. Absolutely crazy. I just met him. I was hanging out with him. Super inspiring. Cool guy. Very interesting story. So I am linked out 100%. It's always sad when I reach this point in the stream. It's sad because I don't want to stop, but I know I need to stop. You have to have a stopping point. And I have to lay down and refresh and get ready for tomorrow and deal with more problems, because it's nothing but problems right now. My bike just broke down again. I have an eviction notice on my door. So it's always sad when you have to end the stream, man, but I'm definitely going to see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. An OBSD webpage, bro, and get people steered to you for sure. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. All I'm trying to do is do this right here. Just keep doing this. It's a good thing. It's a good way to spend my life giving back. I appreciate you guys. As always, keep learning and stay fresh. See you guys tomorrow. All right. See you guys tomorrow.